Okay, so it's official. We're starting the Strat Build giveaway project this week. So it's currently Saturday afternoon. I'm home in Atlanta and I'm going to Nashville this coming Monday for a few gigs and some rehearsals, just general work stuff. And while I'm there, I'm gonna be doing, well, more than one video with Novo, but one of the main things I'm doing with them is getting the Strat Build finished. Dennis and the team at Novo Guitars are gonna paint this, which is amazing because they don't do this. They don't finish guitars that aren't Novos. So this is literally going to be the only Strat out there that was finished by Novo Guitars. I mean, that's pretty cool. But as you can see, this thing is straight out of the CNC machine. So it's going to need some work to get it ready for paint, which is what I plan on doing today. We're gonna sand it, try and get all the body contours correct to a 62 Strat, or as close as I can get it by hand. It's not gonna be perfect, but that's fine. Now, before we get started, I also want to give a shout out and a huge thank you to all of the other sponsors that we've gotten involved on this build. I've got a neck coming from Warmoth Necks. They provided that neck for free for this build. I've also got a set of Lawler blackface pickups that Lawler is providing for this build. Mojo Tone is gonna be providing the electronics. We're gonna go with a Strat blender circuit, which we'll get more in depth into that later. And they're also gonna be providing the hardware. This is gonna be a sick guitar when it's done, and I think it's gonna make one very lucky person very happy whenever they take delivery of this thing whenever it's done. But before that happens, we got to get it ready to go. Okay, so I've gathered all the supplies I think I'm gonna need for this job, and I'm also gonna do my Pine Snakehead Telecaster prototype body at the same time as well, so I can just knock both of them out. That one I think is gonna take quite a bit less sanding than the Strat body will. Now for the sanding, I'm gonna start at 150 and just take it down to 220. I don't think it needs to be insanely smooth to get a good finish on it. Mainly, I just wanna get all of the contours put in there, make everything nice and smooth, make all the transitions look correct. So to do that, I'm actually gonna start with the power sander here, just to do most of the flat surfaces, the arm contour, the belly contour, and then I'm gonna go in and hand sand a lot of the tighter, more detailed spaces with 150, then 220. I've also got some masks here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's talk briefly about this body before we get into sanding it. This was made by Clear Fork Designs based out of Ohio, and it's made of catalpa. That's not a wood that I have a ton of experience with. I actually don't think I've ever played a catalpa bodied guitar before, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing sounds. It looks pretty similar to ash to me. It's got a pretty deep grain structure, pretty prevalent grain structure. So I think this is gonna end up looking really cool when it's done. So yeah, kick on the drum loop and let's get to sanding. All right, I think I've got it all done. I went over the body completely with the 150 and then knocked it down with 220. First with the power sander, then by hand. I got pretty much all of the body contours, I think pretty close to the real thing. I actually went and looked at my John Mayer Strat as a point of reference to see like what the backside of the horns looked like and the arm contour and the belly contour, and I think I got it pretty close. I will tell you, this gives me a new appreciation for guitar builders and dudes that do this day in and day out, both boutique builders and the people on the line at Fender or any of the big manufacturers, because that is hard work. I can't imagine cutting out and shaping a body completely by hand and then doing all of the finish sanding and everything. That's insane. So with all that done, I think we're ready to go to our next step, which is in Nashville. Okay, so we're here at Novo HQ in Nashville, Tennessee. I've got the body with me. Let's try and find Dennis and the guys here and show them what we've got and try and figure out what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I did all the finish sanding myself, so if it sucks, that's why.
I won't look close.
Yeah.
Did you show Dennis's?
Not yet.
Oh. Okay. Nice and light.
Yeah.
So tiny. Look at
Yeah,
that.
man.
Look at that thing.
Tiny guitars for tiny people.
It's not a bad job.
Hey, man.
Yeah, you know? You hit it with some 150?
150, then
and
220.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What color are we doing?
I think we decided on Heather Mist Mary. Is that what it is?
What was it, Matthew?
Heather Mary? Yeah, cool.
You ever worked with Catalpa before?
I have not. I would have said this was Swamp Ash.
Yeah.
If you hadn't told me it was, what is it?
Catalpa?
Catalpa. Not familiar.
Yeah, me neither. But looks cool.
Just hit it real quick with some 220, a little bit of 320, and get it ready for
Fix what I screwed up.
Actually, I don't know that I screwed anything up, but
Now there's a couple spots maybe that just got overlooked, but we can, you know, it's the kind of stuff that Joe does day in, day out.
Yeah. Joe's the champion.
There we go.
all right, so this is Joe. Joe's doing the finish sanding. This is actually what he does, so he's good at it, knows what he's doing. Yeah, so we're gonna finish up the sanding, then I think do a sealer coat, and then it's gonna go in color today and get painted. So I really can't stress this enough. This is a big deal that Novo is finishing this guitar for us. They don't do any guitars that aren't Novo. Don't send them emails asking if they can finish your Partscaster or anything like that, because this is a one-off thing, which is really special. It's gonna be awesome for whoever ends up with this guitar. I'm so excited, man.
Okay, so right now I'm going to go over these round overs, make sure there's no flat spots. Then after that I'm going to wet it down, raise any sort of scratches or dents, dings, anything like that that's still in the wood. The water's going to help raise that up, and then clean her up, send her off to paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, get a good shot of that. That's nice.
Okay, yes, this is gonna be awesome.
You still have to auction this guitar.
I know,
You can't
God.
keep it.
I'm not gonna wanna give this guitar away now. Especially when I see it in paint.
There she is.
Yeah. Wow.
There you go.
Joe, you're a legend.
Thank you.
Okay, this is it. Steven's gonna throw the sealer coat on, and then we're gonna do color coats.
Looks pretty good.
It's like a piece of furniture.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely, you know, furniture finish, a couple of coats, and call it a day.
So I guess I need to fill you in on what color we're going with. We decided Aztec Gold. Strats in Aztec Gold looks sick.
And they just got this Aztec Gold in, right?
Yes. Yeah. Almost brand new.
Okay, man, what a day. So the guitar's in color. We're gonna let it cure for a couple of days, and then they're gonna put a couple coats of amber over the top just to kind of seal it in and make it look good and finish it off. So I'm gonna come back probably Friday or Saturday of this week to pick it up. But first major step of the Strat build is done. So again, huge thanks to all the sponsors of this build: Warmoth, Lawler, Mojo Tone, Novo. I can't stress this enough. The fact that they were willing to throw a Strat body into their finishing lineup is a huge deal. They just don't do that kind of stuff. So thanks to Dennis and Matthew and Steven and Joe and everybody. This is gonna be, I know I keep saying it, but it's gonna be a very cool guitar. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, check the links in the description box down below out as well. I'm tired. I'm gonna go back and rest up a little bit. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Rhett Shull, and remember, there is no plan B.